Welcome to Hype episode 37. Happy Halloween Eve. I am in the spirit. I have my Woody hat on, but I was not going to dress up any further because it's 6:30 in the morning. So it's a little too much. But we have other hat wearers on the show today, including Kyle, Selena, and I think Marima. I don't know. The lighting's a little difficult to
No,
make.
it's just your head.
No.
Oh, yeah.
They're just headphones. I feel bad. I don't.
Headphones.
Should I go and find a hat?
In Australia? No, it's okay.
We don't have Halloween, so I mean, yeah.
Well, when you're here in a couple weeks, you can wear my hat on the show. This hat.
Can we do a redo? We do a Halloween redo.
Another.
I would definitely wear that hat on the show. I would love to.
By the time you're here, which is mid-November, you should wear a Christmas hat because everybody will be in the mood.
Okay, can do.
Yeah.
So, actually, well, speaking of Halloween, I thought maybe we should. Is anybody dressing up since Halloween is all about pop culture?
Yes.
You are. Who are you gonna?
It's a not well-known character. It's Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb. He's this little Indian kid on the show, and I look exactly like him when I have my overalls on. So it's
That's amazing.
yeah.
I've never heard of that character ever in my life.
You will see him and you will recognize him and you'll be like, oh, yep, that's Kyle.
Well, it's
Okay.
better to dress up like, less known characters, because then you know who the fans are. You don't all want to be us.
Exactly.
That's
God.
true.
Yeah, no.
Selena, are you dressing up? Do you celebrate Halloween over
We
there?
don't celebrate. I was just telling you guys that we don't do anything. I could just dress up by myself.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you work with Americans every day, so
Yeah.
one of us. That's how it works, right? So anyway, there's plenty of news to talk about today, including, of course, Marvel. There were a slew of Marvel movies that were announced earlier this week.
I was yawning.
I'm sorry.
Well timed.
I was just like,
Josh was going to be on the show today, but he got sick overnight, so no Josh on the show. But I
Sick
will,
of Marvel. Ha ha ha. You're
Sure.
welcome.
Sure. He could be, actually. He's putting together a big new feature, and maybe that ruined him.
Maybe.
But before we get to that, we have a lot to talk about today. And Marima's going to be announcing a new podcast at the end of the show. How's that for a tease?
Stay tuned.
And I also want to say, if you have any questions throughout the episode, feel free to use the little Q&A button on the event page. You have to go over to Google, click the Q&A button on the window, and ask us a question or leave a comment at any point during the show, and we will read them. So, let's talk about Mockingjay. The first trailer was released. The final trailer was released yesterday, October 29th. It's only a minute long, which surprised me a little bit, because only about maybe two of these trailers were actually 2 minutes long. I don't think we ever got a 2.5-minute trailer for Mockingjay.
I'm all for it. I think that's good.
Yeah.
They can't have a lot left to show. Most of it is waiting around.
Maybe they don't have anything to show.
Maybe that's the movie.
Maybe that's why the trailers are so short. Anyway, I do think this final trailer was really good. They released it to celebrate the end of, or the start. I have everything backwards this morning. The start of ticket sales. You can now purchase your tickets for Mockingjay so you can get the best seat possible. Anyway, the highlights in this trailer were Katniss with her message to President Snow. If we burn, you burn with us. It was really good.
Very well done.
And then, of course, Peeta's message to Katniss. She was saying, he was saying, they're coming, Katniss. They're going to kill everyone. You'll be dead by morning, as people are trying to pull him away. So, it was
Riveting.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Anything else to say about it? I mean, I thought those were the two highlights.
No? Yeah.
Everything else was kind of.
Yeah.
I still don't know where they're splitting the book. That's exciting.
That is still a mystery, and I think they're doing that on purpose. I don't think we're going to find out until the movie actually comes
Ends.
out.
No. That's why it's so good.
But since Peeta is appearing in it, what we see him battered in a hospital that looks like District 13. We saw that in one of the clips, so presumably it is going to at least reach that point. That
right. I think one of the main theories right now is like right when he attacks Katniss would be when they split it.
Yes, Christine,
So,
one of our Hypable writers, she classified that as too obvious.
yeah.
Obvious split when Peeta arrives in District 13 and tries to kill Katniss. I agree that would be a cool ending point, but maybe it is a little too obvious.
Yeah.
But it's
I
a good
think you're
way to
right.
split it, especially because they're gonna focus so much on Peeta and Katniss's relationship, you know, in the movie with all the video footage and her trying to rescue him and all of that. So if we see clips of him throughout, it's sort of leading up to him coming back, and then he's not who she thinks he is, and
Mhm.
would be
I think
cool.
it makes sense narratively to do it there, but yeah, like you said, it is kind of the most obvious point. So, who knows?
The Katniss's line though gave me chills. The "If we burn, you burn with us."
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. Oscar worthy, folks. Oscar worthy.
Calling it now.
So yeah, tickets are now on sale. We actually haven't reported this on Hypable yet, but talking about the soundtrack, the track list did come out, but there's still one mystery track, track number 5. Apparently, Ariana Grande confirmed the other day that it is her song. She did
Oh,
No.
Ooh, I wish it was
Oh.
a mystery. That would have been
They were doing so well. And then,
I get it. That you gotta have one big name artist on there with the top 40.
Lorde.
Really big name though.
He's huge over here.
Is she?
Yeah,
I have
she's
no
pretty
idea who
big,
she
yeah.
is.
So Ariana Grande was featured on the Divergent soundtrack with Zed for I forget the name of the song, but they worked together on a song. So I was kind of surprised that Ariana Grande's participating in another YA soundtrack. But
Is it really various artists? Is it just gonna be her?
What do you mean?
Because
Oh.
are you talking about track 5?
Yeah, track 5, just track
Yeah.
5. Apparently, Lorde is involved in this song too, which is
Oh.
hilarious because she's already on like 5 songs on the Mockingjay soundtrack.
I want her to be on every song. That would be great.
So the Mockingjay soundtrack so far, of course, we heard "Yellow Flicker Beat" by Lorde. We also heard "This Is Not a Game." This is by the Chemical Brothers, also featuring Miguel and Lorde. Lorde is on the song. I love it. Every like 30 seconds, she just goes, "There it is."
Yeah.
And I love it. It's a really good song. Some people hate it. Some of our readers just hate it.
Lots of people really hate it.
Okay.
There is a Kanye West rework of Yellow Flicker Beat.
No.
But it's weird. Like, there's some reports saying that this is Kanye's, and then there's others saying it's Lorde's. But Lorde already did Yellow Flicker Beat, so we don't know what's up with that yet.
Keep Kanye away from it, please.
Charlie XCX, she did a song. She's probably like one of the most well-known people on here called Kingdom.
I have no idea what that is.
Who is Trevor?
Churches? Churches? Yeah, I guys, honestly, I don't know many of the artists on here. As I wrote in this article, I said I never claimed to be a music critic. But, I mean, just looking at the comments, a lot of people are excited that Stromae is on it.
Stromae.
Tovlo is on it. Tuvlo is on it.
Oh.
Leave it to Lorde to make us totally bomb this soundtrack.
XOV Zov. I don't know. What is
Exov.
like?
Whole show trying to pronounce artist names. Rory. Bats for lashes. That one's easy.
Do you seriously not know who any of these artists are? This is hilarious.
Tanashi.
I mean, listen to this song. So this is the Stromae song. Meltdown, featuring Lorde, Pusha T, Q-Tip, and Haim.
You don't even know them.
I know Haim.
There's a band called Q-Tip? Are you serious?
I'm starting a band called Band-Aid. I'm going to be on
Yes.
the soundtrack.
I
So,
think I could be a winner.
I think I've heard that one before. The Christmas song.
I wanna start a band called Bra and then feature a song with Pusha.
there it is. The Mockingjay soundtrack. Lorde did set the expectations. She said that many of us were that these artists were going to be people who we haven't heard from in a while, and she's right. I haven't heard from them in a while.
Ever.
Yeah. I was hoping for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys.
Leave that for the final.
Spice Girls, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine how good that would be.
I know.
Do
Just
that.
boy bands all throughout the final Mockingjay.
And
There's
girl
lots of
bands.
lows. Yeah, and yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It would make someone you think so much less sad.
Maybe that'll be the part 1 soundtrack. Fingers crossed. So, should I save this Agent Carter? Yeah, let's save this. There was a teaser for Agent Carter. Let's talk Insurgent, since I just mentioned Divergent. Unfortunately, some at Lionsgate decided to release the Insurgent posters on the same day that Marvel announced all their things, so he's kind of got brushed under the rug. But the first Insurgent promo material is finally here. We have 8 character posters. They were 3D to celebrate the announcement that Insurgent is going to hit theaters in 3D.
Yay!
I guess. I don't know. God.
Boo.
Yeah, that's.
I was.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
The face.
Everyone hates 3D.
I do not like 3D. It's got nothing
Oh.
nothing personal against Divergent, but just any film.
Nobody likes
Yeah.
3D. It's just a way to get
Yeah.
ticket sales up.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not shot in 3D. I don't think this was shot in 3D.
Even things that are shot in 3D are still bad. Like,
Don't
Yes.
3D
such a
work.
gimmick.
Don't they make these really long, complicated shots just to get the 3D and you lose the plot?
Yeah.
Right. Like they throw a knife at the screen.
Yeah.
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 Like, whoa. Whoa.
But the big news out of these character posters were 2 items. For one, we see Tris with her short hair. This is significantly shorter compared to Divergent. I mean, her hair was long. And then we know in the Insurgent book she does get a haircut, but not this short.
I love in the comments someone is like, Tris, your hazel was showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, Shailene Woodley said she didn't want to wear a wig. And, okay, that's fine. I like her hair. I think it looks great.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Does it matter? Is it impact
Yes.
on the narrative in some way?
Yes, Marima, I know. I actually felt
Yeah.
like... I felt a
I
little...
like your headline.
yeah,
this.
exactly. I felt dirty writing that headline, but it's what I did, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
So we see, of course, 4. He looks just like he did in Divergent. He has longer hair for this movie.
Oh my god.
All the stress got to him.
This is crazy.
He looks excellent.
Caleb.
Caleb looks like Bond. Like it looks weird.
Yeah, I don't really get his poster.
I don't get it either.
It's because he's like not actiony, so he just looks boring.
But I thought the other big news was that we see Uriah. And that's big because he was cut from Divergent.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
thought it was interesting that they actually gave him his own character poster. I thought that was smart for fans so they can get excited to see him this early. So
Yeah.
those are the posters, and hopefully we'll get a teaser trailer now, soon. But now the promo is underway, and I'm excited. New director, new sets, new hairstyle. Did you guys hear there's a new hairstyle?
The
Oh my
biggest
god,
news.
what? New hairstyle? Why has no one been talking about this?
It's a bad sign when the biggest news is that she has a new haircut.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's always what people get worried about, though.
I don't think it's the biggest news. It's just what I think people are interested in. What can you say about character posters? They're the most boring things.
Yeah.
Why do character posters even begin?
That's so
why
true.
are they? Yeah, I mean, with Mockingjay, we've seen so many posters, so many character posters. For
But
no,
they're cool, though. The Mockingjay ones are
they
badass.
say something about the plot.
And they have Natalie Dormer in them, so I am pro Mockingjay posters.
I stand corrected. Selena, great point. They say something about the plot. I wanted to talk about Dan Radcliffe's Reddit AMA. I just wanted to mention it briefly. It was a really good AMA for fans. First of all, he addressed the Dan Boringcliff meme. Friends have sent it to him multiple times over the years, and he loves it. And he thanks the person who created the meme. But my favorite moment was when somebody asked him, "Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire?"
He didn't get it.
That they screwed up the adaptation. For anybody who doesn't know, in the book, Dumbledore says it calmly. J.K. Rowling specifically or calmly, but of course in the movie, Dumbledore freaks out. So Dan Radcliffe's response is, "You know what? I don't think we did. I'm pretty sure." At that point, they had figured out my handwriting was so bad that they would never let it be seen in the film. So I'm pretty sure one of the props guys wrote Harry Potter neatly on a piece of paper for me to put in.
But he didn't even put it in the goblet.
This is my favorite gift to ever exist on the internet.
Yeah.
So great.
It's like nobody sitting next to like just nobody around him in the room was aware of what was happening with that.
But to be fair, I mean, he can't remember every single detail of every single movie, but it's just really funny.
I totally.
There were these other quotes that are not in here, but when he was saying like how he like continuously gets confused with Elijah Wood, and someone asked him like, what was the best thing about filming in New Zealand, like. And he got asked all these questions. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, see, he caught on there. He wasn't like, actually, I don't really remember, but I think it was pretty good.
Like, so we got that joke at least.
I'm just surprised he would even bother to answer a question as randomized. Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire? Maybe he's playing all of us. Maybe he knows.
No,
maybe.
He doesn't know.
Did you guys see him rapping on Fallon?
That was
so good.
What was that called? The alphabet?
Yeah, I don't know. That was very impressive.
By Black Alicious. Yeah, he's a great rapper.
I like how he did it in American accent because when I learn like white girl raps in songs, I learn them in an American accent too. So I was like, we are so similar. Me and Dan rap. We could be BFFs.
Of course.
Little other random movie news. We're getting close to Marvel. You guys just wait.
Oh.
Christian Bale is going to play Steve Jobs in the Aaron Sorkin penned biopic.
What is he, like the 6th actor to play Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that last Steve Jobs movie with
Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton.
Yeah, it was so bad.
I didn't.
Has that come out already?
It was. Oh, it was out and done in like several months ago, and it was like it was so bad.
But so this one, like I said, written by Aaron Sorkin, directed by Danny Boyle. Steve Jobs is going to be on screen the entire time. It's going to focus around 3 major Apple events. At least this was what Aaron Sorkin said as of 2 years ago. The introduction of the Mac, the introduction of the iPod, and maybe the iPhone? I'm not sure what the third one was. But it's going to be interesting, I think. So I'm excited to see this. And I think Christian Bale can pull it off.
The first one is the Mac. The second is Next, the computer that they made after that, and then the third one's the iPod.
Okay, thank you. I think they should have done the iPhone instead of
me too.
Next. Who cares about Next?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Some operating.
It was a huge deal on the operating system, like.
Yeah, for you two Apple nerds, not for like normal human beings.
I mean, I don't even care about Next. So,
oh my god.
Little Hobbit news. Hobbit is very close. Oh, somebody just submitted a question. Will they make a Tim Cook biopic as a sequel? That's the current video. He's in the news today because he just came out. He's gay.
Wait, who just came out?
Tim
There's
Cook.
the movie right there.
Tim Cook came out.
Yeah.
Whole big letter.
There's the plot.
That's the plot.
Oh.
Yeah, there's going to be a deleted scene in the Steve Jobs movie where Tim Cook comes out to Steve Jobs, and he's like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to some Hobbit news. It was announced that the Lord of the Rings actor Billy Boyd is going to be singing the Hobbit finale's song.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's a great idea because he, as pointed out to me after I wrote this, he sang Edge of Night for Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
He did.
And it was really beautiful.
Good. Yeah.
And
It's
so
heartbreaking.
this is a beautiful, like, full circle moment, right, Middle-earth fans, because, like...
I'm going to cry so much. It's not even like I'm already kind of crying just thinking about it, because it's like, it just occurred to me the other day that, I mean, whatever we think about the title and whatever we think about the Hobbit movies in general, this is the last one. Like, unless he does the Silmarillion, but he's not gonna. It's gonna be the last one, and so sad. And it's gonna be really hard to watch for a lot of reasons if you read the books. And then Billy Boyd is gonna sing, and you're gonna be in the cinema, and it's so sad.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think Warner Brothers is going to really encourage him to do that. What is it? Silmarillion?
The Silmarillion, but the thing is, it's just gonna I mean, that's gonna be like a Fantastic Beasts kind of movie because it's all individual tiny stories, you know. And I don't think he's gonna. I think he's big enough now that he can say, "I'm done."
Also, the Silmarillion, like for people who are not familiar, it's set in the same world, but it's like very disconnected
Like a
to the
history
Lord of the
book,
Rings.
in a way.
Yeah, it's not about like hobbits or anything like that. It's kind of like the origin story. So if the reason that he's doing the Hobbit is because he really likes filming things in this world, and I totally get that, but the Silmarillion isn't as connected, so I don't think he would do it for that reason.
No, they would make like short stories. They would take like the Children of Hurin or something and make that into his story. But
I
don't
mean,
think he
maybe
would
if he's
do it.
bored.
Maybe he'd produce it.
I could see him like eventually doing it, but I don't think there would be any plans for the near future.
Well, the reason I say that is because Warner Brothers is really looking for some big franchises right now. That's fantastic.
And you know, it is a worth thinking, you know, because we're gonna touch on Marvel as well and the amount of crazy movies they're gonna put within this superhero universe. And I guess it is a universe that has a lot of untapped potential. You know, there's a lot of little stories you could expand if you really wanted to, but that's a whole other sort of, it would be like the Middle Earth universe, and it would be a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so cool. That's what they should do, like those fan fiction movies about, like during the Twilight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. I'm happy again now.
What if that is what the Hobbit becomes, or the Middle Earth
Really? Yeah. Wow. I would like that.
series, a web series.
A web series. Sure.
Let
The most expensive
stuff.
web series ever made.
Yeah.
It's been a big week for Marvel fans. It all started last week with the Age of Ultron trailer. There are no strings on me. The trailer has been viewed by over 70 million people, which is just absolutely incredible. I mean, this sequel coming out in May is going to be the biggest movie of all time, I think. What did you guys think of the Age of Ultron trailer? Impressed? Underwhelmed?
I was both impressed and underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Impressed in the terms that it looked really, really impressive and like it looked epic, but underwhelmed in that like I'm not a comic book reader, so I have no idea what the hell is going on. I was like,
Yeah, me too. I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know who Ultron is. Like I have gotten bits and pieces that like some of this is like Iron Man's fault because like when the Iron Man machine
like
came
a
out,
blown up Iron Man.
yeah, and I'm like so like as a non-comic book reader, I found myself a little confused and underwhelmed in that they didn't explain it well enough in the trailer for me to be like, yes, like it looks pretty and it looks awesome and it looks like it's going to be a good movie. It was a good trailer, but I don't know enough.
I mean, the trailer is really, I don't think, to explain the intricacies of, you know, things like the Hulkbuster. That's that giant Iron Man costume that you were seeing, the suit.
Oh.
Because like these trailers are geared towards the hardcore fans, and that's why they do so well. Because they're just getting to the general story of Age of Ultron, which is that Ultron is going to be effing S up. This film.
Good one.
Merima, I mean, you're a pretty big Marvel fan. Were you?
Yeah, but I don't think this was, well, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I didn't feel like there was too much in this that was new footage from what we saw when we were at Comic-Con.
No, but
Like-
remember, not everybody was at Comic-Con.
I know. So like, it was exciting to see it again, but
Saw it in July. It was.
Yeah, I was just like, it was so like 4 months ago, so I was not impressed.
Get with the times, people.
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, come on.
No, you're right. It
No,
was
it was
very.
good. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm with you. Like, I don't even like diehard comic book fans. The Ultron story they've said they've basically changed it. They just kept his name, and then they were like, okay, so everything else is different. So even like really big comic book fans wouldn't necessarily know exactly what's going on in all of this stuff.
We did see Andy Serkis in his real self, but it's not clear who exactly he was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. There's suggestions that he may be related to the Black Panther storyline in some way. We see Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and then of course Ultron himself singing a Pinocchio song, which was pretty brilliant.
It was so weird.
Nobody really noticed
So
that
weird.
at Comic-Con that it was a Pinocchio song. I don't think. I certainly didn't. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think everybody was just.
Oh, I knew that, but I'm.
You weren't at.
You weren't at Comic-Con.
No.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Comic-Con? I thought you meant the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When everybody watched the trailer at home that they realized that
Yeah.
what was going on.
See, I can't. The guy voicing Ultron, I can't take seriously because he was in Boston Legal, and that's all I imagine is like the lawyer from Boston Legal being like, oh. So,
He's so great though. I love
oh
him.
yeah, he's awesome.
What else to say about this? Anything?
They released the clip as well, the like picking up the hammer. That was other Comic-Con thing.
Yeah, so at Comic-Con, right, it did debut before the trailer portion of it, but this scene was, they're all hanging around in Tony Stark's house trying to pick up Thor's hammer. It's a really fun, very Avengers moment. It's things like that that I think really makes this franchise work so well.
Yeah, that's the only. No, that's not the only thing. I didn't say that, but that's one of the big parts why I really, really love the movies. You get that interplay between them, and that's what I think sets like things like the Avengers and Guardians as apart from those like individual superhero movies.
The chemistry. It's all about the
Yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Michael submitted a question. High five from Poland. Marvel announcement was great, but I wonder when the streak of successes runs out. I'm so afraid about Ant-Man. What's Marvel's weakest link in your opinion? I mean, it's hard to say this early on.
Aquaman?
There's a weakest link. I mean, Ant-Man has suffered through a lot of troubles, and so has Doctor Strange. I mean, that's been a project that's been in the works at Marvel for a long time. So,
Well, like fill me in if I'm wrong about this, but like the current like Marvel movies, they've taken their time to like develop like each one of them. They've been in. I feel like they've each been in production for at least a year and a half or so, right?
like pre-production before
Yeah.
I mean, they go through a lot of script rewrites to make sure that they have the
And
story.
so like I guess my concern would be like with this announcement, like having all of these movies lined up so quickly after one another would be like quality wise. Like obviously Marvel's built to make them really, really well, but like that's one of my things. I'm wondering if they are gonna have to like start forfeiting quality for a little bit of these. But I don't know. I don't know anything about Marvel, so I wish Josh was here.
I think at this point they know what works for them, and they're gonna they're gonna stick with a particular formula. But this Phase 3, and let's go through Phase 3, jumping around in the dock a little bit, is ballsy. I mean, they're introducing a slew of new franchises that have not been introduced before, and I think what gave them the confidence to do this was the success of Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, that was so off the wall for them to do, and it was a risk, and they pulled it off. I mean, the chemistry was fantastic in that series. So we have Captain America Civil War in May 2016, Doctor Strange in November 2016, Guardians 2 in May 2017, Thor 3 Ragnarok in July 2017, Black Panther in November 2017, Captain Marvel, the first female superhero lead movie, hooray! July 2018. Inhumans, November 2018. Avengers. Now, this was the kicker. So we knew there would be a third Avengers movie, but Avengers Infinity War Part 1, May 2018. Part 2, May 2019. And that is going to be the culmination of everything that has happened beginning in Phase 1.
Remember that time when movies were like all-night movies and they had breaks where you could go get snacks?
What?
What?
Like back in the 50s or something?
No!
How old are you?
Actually, no. For the Lord of the Rings, they released them and they had a break in the middle. Didn't you guys have that?
Like when
Oh.
spawning them?
No.
In the cinema? Oh, you missed out. It was so much fun. It's just because they didn't break it up into Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Part 1. That's what I was going for.
Oh.
Oh. Mm.
They stopped the movie to let you go.
Yeah. It was an all-night movie. Those were the best.
What?
What?
How long did that movie go for in Denmark?
It was a really long movie. It was like 3 hours. They couldn't expect you
Yeah.
to not need the bathroom for that long.
You have
And
a
they
strange
sell more
country.
candy. No, they're just smart. Sell like double as much candy.
So
Wow.
anyway, I was at this event Marvel did. It was basically like a very Apple-esque event where they announced all of these dates at once. There was 1,000 fans in there in addition to media. It was nuts. It was like a mini Comic-Con. It was absolutely fantastic. And Kevin Feige, the Marvel head, he just is a wonderful presenter. He's a fan, and he just gets it. And he's really responsible for the success that Marvel has had in recent years. So, Merrimack, let's mention Captain Marvel. I mean, this was big news, but it's not gonna be the first female superhero movie. Of course, DC is going to beat them with Wonder Woman, but how significant is Captain Marvel?
Super significant, but I think most people would agree that it's most likely a response to DC saying they're definitely going ahead with Wonder Woman, because Marvel was starting to look very poor in comparison when they're so far into their run of films and it's so male and white. So like it's a pretty strategic move that they've announced Captain Marvel and Black Panther for Phase 3, which have both been rumored but, you know, talked down a lot. So I think, yeah, a lot of people were hoping for a Black Widow film, but it was probably always more likely that it was going to be Captain Marvel because she has a fuller story to draw from, and she's connected to the Avengers like more so than Black Widow in ways. So it's really exciting, but only 4 short years away, so super close.
Kevin was asked why not a Black Widow movie first, and he said they wanted to introduce a new character for their first female-led movie. And I guess
That makes sense.
I
I don't think that's that interesting. Black Widow.
Well, Black Widow is connected to the Winter Soldier. In the comic books, Black Widow's storyline is connected to the Winter Soldier, so I think people were hoping after that film came out that that was a sign that her story was going to be more fully developed, but obviously not. Which is sad, but hey, at least we're getting one. That's better than none.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you know, Phase 4, I imagine, will have...
All ladies.
right. Well, at least 2, I was going to say.
Yeah,
Marvel 2,
I know.
Black Widow Origins.
All ladies and a gay man. Yes.
Yeah. First gay
Yeah.
hero. We've had a bunch of questions here. By the way, Rebel said, I saw Return of the King with an intermission. So you're not
so
weird.
did Daniel.
In what country? In what country, though?
I don't know.
Probably Britain. They did
Yeah.
it too.
And the weird ones.
Hey, let's not compare.
What else do we want to talk about in this whole group of things? I think it's awesome that they're splitting the Avengers finale into 2 parts. It's just going to be an epic finale, I think. And I don't think it's not going to be one of these situations like you have with Harry Potter and the Hunger Games, and even Twilight, where like part 1 is like set up, because they'll be able to make both action-packed because it's two separate storylines, and they're not going off of a book or anything. So
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice for once to see a part 2 kind of like film series not based off a book.
yeah.
Well, I mean, they are based off books, guys. Like,
Well, yes, but like,
But so loosely, you know.
yes.
yeah, of course.
Inhumans is also significant, as Kevin pointed out at the event. They're really introducing a whole new world of characters. I mean, and you can see a lot of these guys going into Phase 4 and beyond. But it is, like I said, it is risky because these are a lot of new characters that nobody knows about. I mean, Inhumans, Captain Marvel, I think, is a safe bet, but Inhumans, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, these are whole entirely new worlds. And then Avengers ending. So it's like, how many times are we saying goodbye to Captain America after Civil War? That film is gonna be a big deal. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans were there.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily Captain America, but possibly Steve Rogers, depending on how that, casting goes, because he's only on for so many films.
Carlos says, not to date myself, I saw Titanic with an intermission too. That makes sense. That
There
one.
you go.
That makes
That's
sense.
about a
4
7-hour
hours.
film.
Yeah. Good list.
What is it really long?
So out of this whole slate, which of the Ning asks, which of the upcoming Marvel movies are you guys most looking forward to?
Ooh. On this new slate.
I'm gonna say Civil War. I mean, that obviously is the start of Phase 3, but it's just gonna change everything for this whole universe. So.
I'm gonna say it's a tie between Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Thor 3.
Marima, I know you're.
Well, obviously Captain Marvel, but I think Civil War for me as well, because I'm not very keen on them doing the Civil War story in the cinematic universe. So the way that they do that, I think, will inform how I feel about sort of Phase 3 going forward. Because, like you said, that's going to change a lot of things, but it can't play out the way that it did in the comics. So they have to change something. So that'll be a good indicator. But also, I think Black Panther is going to be really good.
Melina?
I guess Avengers, just because I feel like I know it's not really a secret, I'm really sick of superheroes and I'm really sick of origin stories because they're always the same. So, and then I'm sure that some of them that are coming up are not the same. I don't know, because I don't know them that well. But I think Avengers is going to be more about exploring established characters and exploring their relationships and stuff, and that sort of stuff interests me more, and it's Joss Whedon,
All right. Well, I don't want to dwell too much on Marvel because, I mean, there's been way too much speak from Marvel, but I do want to also add that Benedict Cumberbatch is now rumored to be in deep talks for Doctor Strange. A lot of people expected that to be one of the announcements earlier this week, but no, unfortunately, Benedict was not there. I think Benedict will make a good Doctor Strange. He just looks strange. That's what the movie would be. A doctor who looks strange.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's exactly the plot. That's exactly the plot.
That's what I thought.
No,
I do not
As
want
long
him.
as he keeps his voice as sexy as it is, I'm good.
No, not on board with this.
No?
No.
Is he
I think-
overused?
Yeah, I think if they cast him, they're casting him because he's Benedict Cumberbatch, not because he's the best person for the role. And Marvel have proven that they can pick up someone who is not necessarily who you would immediately think of. Like, Mark Ruffalo would be a great example, because before he was Hulk, you would be like, this dead girl rom-com guy, what's he doing in a superhero film?
Yeah.
And then he totally killed it. So I would rather that they got the best person. And I do not think Benedict Cumberbatch is that person, as strange and attractive as his voice is.
Maybe
I'm sorry.
Maybe he'll turn things around and he'll be awesome.
I meant to ask you earlier, Marima, who do you think should play Captain Marvel? Any first choices?
Natalie Dormer?
Yes.
Everybody's saying
Yes.
Lawrence.
If she can't be female Thor, I'll have her. Thank you.
Jennifer Lawrence would be a good pick too, I think.
But she's
Yeah.
overused as well, isn't she?
She's
Yeah.
overused, but she's going to be looking for some. I would think she's going to be looking for a big new role after Hunger Games, and this is comfortably after Mockingjay.
Guess.
She's in X-Men though, so
Yeah,
there may
I'd
be
rather
some
see her
conflict things.
In other types of roles as well.
Natalie Dormer just needs to be in Marvel, period. She just needs to get in there somehow.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Somebody said on Twitter
Yeah.
today, we're heading towards a world where every actor in Hollywood is either part of the Warner Brothers universe or the Marvel universe.
And they're
it's kind of
used
bad.
and used and used and used, and it's
Right.
Yeah.
Once you're in it, you keep appearing.
Mm.
I mean, just look at
Yeah, because they sign you on for 10 films.
Yeah,
You have no choice.
which is a big reason why Benedict Cumberbatch may be looking at this, being like, "Do I really want to commit to this?" I mean, he has Sherlock. I don't think this is good news at all for Sherlock. He's busy enough.
No.
And that's one of the reasons that that other guy, Joaquin Phoenix, bailed out of Doctor Strange because he didn't want to commit. That's the reports anyway. He didn't want to commit to a big franchise. And I don't blame them. I mean, this is a huge commitment.
Yeah, and Marvel is notoriously stingy with money as well, so
What's that other guy they use for everything? Michael Fassbender? Is he in contention?
I haven't heard any.
he's in X-Men too, so
Yeah, exactly.
even
But that's
though
what I'm
you-
thinking. With the same, they all cross over.
right.
Can Avengers 3 still be great if Joss Whedon doesn't direct? Revolutionary.
No.
Good question.
Sure.
Well, proves that the Russo brothers may direct.
Yes.
They directed the Captain America, both Captain Americas, right?
No, they directed Winter Soldier, and they're directing Civil War.
Oh, right. Okay.
They
So-
didn't direct the first Avenger.
So that would be big if they directed that. I mean, Joss, I seem to remember him saying he was hesitant towards even joining Avengers, but then he just got a really great idea for the story. So, I mean, does he really want to commit to another 2 Avengers films? Does
I
anybody?
kind of hope he doesn't, because I want him to do other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so that's okay.
That's enough.
Right. Let's talk Marvel TV now. Agent Carter first television promo came out. It was a short piece, but I guess it got everybody excited, right?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for the show. I didn't like the promo necessarily at all.
Isn't it a spin-off of
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It's based off Agent Carter, who is the agent that what's his name? Steve Rogers fell in love with before he went off and died and froze in the ocean.
Oh,
That was
so
a
it's
great description.
period?
Thank you.
It's back in time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the promo itself was crap, but I'm excited
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. The synopsis was released too. That was more exciting.
Yeah.
The promo was pretty terrible.
It was so bad.
Although, some of the footage looked good.
The footage
Sometimes
looked good.
best man for a job is
It's
a woman.
Like, seriously.
Whoever okayed that needs to be fired
That
immediately.
was so bad.
Yeah. But it's gonna be good though.
Let's hope Agent Carter does not have the same fate as Manhattan Love Story.
Ooh. No.
Nice.
The first
Great segue.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
first canceled show of 2014.
It's taken them so long to cancel anything this year.
It is. They
Pretty
keep
incredible.
them really short episode orders, short episode orders. Hey, you have 3 more episodes. Let's see what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick up the ratings and.
Yeah.
But it's because nothing is doing well. Almost nothing is doing well.
I would say one big standout is How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah,
Which is so
that is
good.
so amazing. So amazing.
I love that show.
What else is doing good? New show wise.
New show wise.
The Flash?
The
The
Flash.
Flash is doing well. Yeah, Flash is doing really well.
I'm trying to think of any other.
Oh.
I can't. Yeah.
I know,
It's-
like,
Huh?
I cover Grace Point. That is not doing well. That's the
That's
David.
not. It's probably gonna get canceled, which is a shame. I cover Selfie and Red Band Society, and neither of them are doing that well. But I'm hoping that they pick up Selfie because that was the other new sitcom from ABC in the same slot as Manhattan Love Story. So there's still hope for it, but they might cancel it just to free up that time.
I hope A to Z gets renewed. I like that. It's a creative little concept.
What show?
A to Z.
Oh, A to Z. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Grace Point, starring David Tennant, may actually stick around because Fox has built it from the very beginning as a limited event series. It's only 10 episodes, and episode 5 is tonight, so they're halfway through.
Yeah, they might as well.
Like, yeah, I mean, they shot it like. But you know what? This sounds kind of mean of me to say, but I wouldn't mind it being canceled because that means I don't have to cover it anymore.
Yeah. I know.
Can't you just like recycle
I
the
know
same
how
read
that feels.
from Broadchurch?
What? Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like do a find and replace on those old recaps.
Right, it's the same storyline as the church. But no, it's gonna start diverting soon, so whatever.
I mean, maybe they'll pull Firefly, it'll get canceled, and then put on DVD, and then you'll be set.
Yeah, well, I've got on the Fox screener site through episode 7, so I'm good, I guess. So that's what's going on with TV. There's also some American Horror Story news. Neil Patrick Harris and his husband David Burke are going to be joining the show towards the end in the final.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's been long rumored, right? That Neil Patrick Harris would be.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is just so excited at the moment because Neil Patrick Harris is just being announced for everything, and my brother's like in love with him, and he has that variety
really
show
well.
as well, and it's just like so
He had
much.
a book out. He got married. I hate
The
him.
book is so good.
Is it?
I just read that book. It is hysterically funny. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. There will be a review on Hypable at some point next
Okay.
week, probably.
nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to have you back, Marima.
Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah.
For all
Thanks.
October.
Yeah.
And then another American Horror Story news: Lily Rabe, the character from, the actress who played Sister Mary Eunice in American Horror Story Asylum. She's coming back, and this confirms essentially that Asylum and Freak Show are connected in some way. Now, I didn't watch all of Asylum. I'm behind
Oh, why not?
because I don't know. So what does this mean? What does this mean, Kyle?
Okay, so basically what they're they also connected Pepper too. So the whole concept is that Lily Rabes comes to the Freak Show. Obviously we don't know what her plotline is, but the theory is that she's going to come to the Freak Show and she's going to discover Pepper. The Freak Show is going to do whatever it does, and then she's going to take Pepper away off to the asylum without her little friend.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so
You're saying that this is weird for Ryan Murphy to do, right?
it's so bizarre because they've always said like, oh, this is going to be separate, but we might possibly interchange them. But like, I don't know, it's odd. I don't like it because people are now theorizing like, well, like if the nun is going to be in the Freak Show, then how come she goes to the asylum and then like the twins are there and then you know.
Yeah, what they said. I agree. Christmas is upon us, everyone, and
Oh God, can we not?
I'm
No.
excited because the day
It's
after
still
Halloween,
October.
I know, but the day after Halloween, so we're 2 days
And
away.
it's okay to be excited for Christmas.
Everybody's gonna put up their Christmas trees. The music is gonna start playing. Get ready.
Disneyland's already set. Like we have our decorations up and going.
Yeah, it was on the castle, right?
Yep.
Merriman's mouthing down there.
I don't understand. It's only October.
We have our tire.
Is this what I have to look forward to in your country?
Yes.
Joy and
But you'll be
Great.
here in November, so it's
You're
okay.
No, but you're gonna be here in
No.
November, and we're gonna be all Christmased out. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna
it's
be
gonna
like,
be even
Merry
more
Christmas.
annoying because
Yeah.
it's not even near Christmas. Yeah.
Hypable party at my place while Marima's here. I'm gonna make it all Christmas themed just to bother.
yes.
Do it.
So we're hearing about Christmas specials, We all loved the movie Elf starring Will Ferrell. Well, now there's going to be an animated spin-off airing on NBC with Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory voicing Buddy. That's the character that Will Ferrell played. And now, here's the part I particularly love. It's going to be animated like all those other Christmas classics. It's going to be that stop-motion animation like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward.
I didn't know that part. That makes it cuter.
Yeah. Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas, it's called. It's going to use a couple songs from the Elf musical. And it is, quote, a retelling of Buddy's delightfully absurd yet heartwarming story and blends the look and feel of the stop-motion animated Christmas specials of the past with the sharp sensibility of the modern-day classic holiday film. So I guess they just nailed it with this one, judging by that synopsis. So yeah, that airs, when does that air? December 16th. NBC is... I have to say, NBC has a lot of cool stuff. They got that Peter Pan live musical in December. They got this. We've got a Toy Story holiday special airing on ABC in December.
That's going to be adorable.
It's going to be adorable, even though it's not exactly Christmas related, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some other things coming up, as well as some plugs. Marima, we just talked about superheroes to death, and soon...
Yes.
And soon we're going to have a new podcast that talks about them more. Is that right?
Talks about them all the time. Oh my god. If you can't get enough of Marvel and DC and whatever Sony is doing these days, no one knows. We have a new podcast on Hypable. It is Hero Hype, which people may remember from a short hiatus it took about 2.5 years ago.
I vaguely remember that.
We'll call this Hero Hype 2.0, which will be starting up next week, and you'll find out all about it then, but you can follow them on Twitter now at Hero Hype Podcast on Twitter.
Hero Hype Reborn.
Hero Hype Podcast.
Bigger and better than ever. What the hell are we going to... Origins. What the hell are we going to talk about on Hype now?
Yeah. Marima, you're stealing all of our material.
Hey, it's not me. You can't get mad at me.
So the Hero Hype panel that you've assembled, and I know you don't want to...
Assembled.
Is so good. This idea that you had is why I love the idea, because I think it's going to be very different, and I think it's going to be great. So
yeah, let's talk in really vague statements that no one will understand. That's a great idea.
It's just a great idea. I don't know why you don't want to tell everybody, but
it's because it's still, you know, in the process of happening. But
I see.
Yes, next week will be the first episode. I think the plan is to alternate the episodes with Hype, so
okay,
it would be like crossover with Too Much News because it'll be talked about on one or the other.
Right.
So you'll be able to listen to superhero stuff all the time on Hypable, and with all of the movies and so many TV shows on air right now, seems like a good time to bring the show back.
I'm glad you're doing it. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to be on it, but Sheriff Woody is. Get ready.
Spoiler alert, it's going to be awesome.
Also, it is Halloween season, as if we didn't bring that up enough today. And we have this special section on the right side of the homepage if you want to catch up on all of the Halloween stuff happening on Hypable. Just check out that little Halloween at Hypable section. We have articles on TV villains to keep an eye out for on Halloween. 12 really, if you're looking for a costume still, this article will help you out. 12 really, really super last-minute fun fandom costumes.
I love that article. It's so good.
We've got some creep-tastic reads for Halloween by Jen. We've got 5 times TV characters dressed up like other TV characters. That was by Selena, right?
Yeah, that title is my best work yet.
Oh, it's good. It's fine. Louis searched through Netflix to find 25 movies streaming on Netflix that are perfect for Halloween. So we've got you covered, I think. And
there's a Halloween drinking game still to come. Watch out for that one.
It was just published.
It was literally published. Yep.
Look at that.
It's a The Nightmare Before Christmas drinking game.
And you can print it out, so you don't have to worry about getting stuff on your computer. Because we care.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And
oh my goodness, number 12. That's just cruel. Every time Jack says, "What's this?"
What's this?
Drink responsibly.
Yes, please.
We're saying drink water for this
Yeah.
21. That's what's going on there. Kyle, what's going on with character combat?
Character combat, yeah. It is this round just published like about a half hour ago. Is Melinda May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. versus Helena from Orphan Black.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a good one. These battles are turning out to be like, if it keeps going the way it is, it's gonna be like Game of Thrones versus Game of Thrones if it goes the way it's going. So that should be interesting.
Yeah.
It's not really that surprising. It has a lot of fans, and its female characters are amazing.
Yeah.
That's very true.
The Doctor Who Series 8 finale begins. What is it, a 2-part finale? Everybody keeps saying it begins this weekend. One of our Hypable readers wrote an article I thought was really good.
It was really good.
10 things we want from the Doctor Who finale, and 1 thing we don't. That 1 thing is me recapping it, because I would never.
Well, yeah.
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
And looking at what's coming up in the weeks ahead, first of all, tomorrow, October 31st, Halloween, Pottermore is going to be releasing Order of the Phoenix, finally. And it sounds like they're just going to
time.
a book. That's the rumor anyway. Because they've been teasing Order of the Phoenix related things, and they announced that J.K. Rowling is going to be publishing a new writing on Umbridge.
Oh, yeah.
And if you read some other sites, it sounds like they're publishing a J.K. Rowling wrote a new Harry Potter story about Umbridge, but no. It's a character profile, like she's been writing. Clickbait, exactly. There's been this horrible movement in the media where everybody calls anything that comes out of J.K. Rowling's mouth
a new Harry Potter thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
New Harry Potter movie, a new Harry Potter story.
Yeah. So we'll be covering that tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that she reveals that Umbridge is a lesbian. It's time for another gay Harry Potter character.
Wasn't she in love with Fudge, though?
Was she?
Wasn't she?
Wasn't that just platonic?
Am I reading fan fiction again?
Yeah, I think this is...
I don't know where you got that from.
No.
Lena reads Fudge, Umbridge.
Yes, that's a ship.
Wow. Umbridge.
Umbridge Fudge.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Fudge.
I like Fumbridge.
I like Fumbridge better.
And on the side of things, Big Hero 6 is coming out November 7th, as is Interstellar.
It's going to be amazing. I have a couple of friends who've seen it already because they're hanging out with certain people in the movie in Disneyland, and they say it's going to make you cry. So,
is one of those people Andrew? Because didn't you literally just see it last night?
Oh, last night. Yeah, I am big.
Yeah.
I didn't know he saw it. My bad.
I'm a hero. No, it's okay.
Was it good?
It is really good. It will make you cry. I'm a monster. I don't really cry, but it made other people in the theater cry, so yes, it will make you cry.
Yeah, the people who told me it made them cry were, it would, understandable.
I almost, but then I was like, I can't cry.
But I have to say...
Then you remembered, like, I don't cry in things because I have no soul.
Yeah, I'm a monster.
See,
I'm also that person.
In the parks, we have Baymax coming, and he is adorable because he blinks, and he walks like this, and it's so cute.
Is there an actor inside the costume, or is it a robot?
I mean, it's a robot. People hang out with him, but yeah.
Okay. Just like Mickey Mouse is a robot.
Yeah. Well, Mickey Mouse is a mouse.
Right.
Whatever, man.
Okay. They're not real.
There's going to be some more Halloween goods coming up in a day or two. I guess we'll do some sort of coverage looking at celebrity Halloween costumes or our own costumes. I don't know.
I think you should write that. Good idea, Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
You're hired.
Post their photos on Instagram so I can easily embed them, like I did.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what's going on. That's the episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. As always, you can visit Hypable to keep track of everything that's going on. You can find more about all of these stories. It's been a really busy week on Hypable. It's hard keeping up on everything. I guess I should also plug one of the new features on the site. Now when you start scrolling down, and we're still tinkering with this a little bit, It needs to be worked out a little more. We'll say it's in beta for now. But when you scroll down to the bottom of the article, it'll load the next article. So it's kind of like Tumblr. You can kind of just keep loading stories, load. And it's easy. We want to make it work a little better, but we're still figuring out some kinks. So if you go on Hypable a lot, that may be a good way for you to browse our content. Just scroll down, load the next story. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm Andrew Sims. I'm Steve.
I'm Torkel.
I'm Selena Wilkin.
I am hatless.
Who are you?
Anymore. We gotta figure out an order.
We haven't done this on video before. That was a disaster. No. Maybe when I was not here for the last 3 times.
Anyway, we will see everybody next time for episode 38 of Hype. Goodbye.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.